Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Firsties. You don't even know this, but you are our second male guest, and you happen to be another comedian. Yes. Now I have Nebs here. Is it Nebu? Okay.
Yeah, Nebu, but Neb's easier for the Caucasians to say.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're already getting into it. Okay. So on your social media, it says DC, Miami, WVU, travel, fitness, lifestyle, social media strategist, and stand-up comedian. So where should we start, right?
Where should we start? I mean, it's wherever you want to take it. Honestly, I guess we can start with the social media because that's the biggest thing on there.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing right now full time. I am a social media strategist, aka like a social media manager. So basically what that means is whether it's a business, music artist, model, I've worked with everybody from a lash tech to a tattoo artist. I just help them grow on social media. So like help them drive traffic to their page. If you're interested, go ahead and DM me at nebs.a on Instagram.
And that will be in the description, by the way. So I'll definitely be adding that as well. So as you know, this podcast is called Firsties. It's a celebration of first gens. And it's a very unique experience.
Which I love. Amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm trying to set free my peoples because we're all low key in pain. So let's talk about it. What is your experience as a first gen?
My experience as a first gen. You know what's so funny? Every other, at least with the Habesha community, I feel like we all had the exact same upbringing. Like we can relate.
Copy and paste.
Like we can relate with so many. Like even the asking your cousins to sleep over. Like I saw that. I've related so hard.
Yeah.
And,
I'm glad.
Yeah. So it's it was cool and it's dope because I feel like we got to still have our culture, but we also got to clash it with American culture too. So it's almost like we got to combine them.
Yeah. Okay.
Combination.
Yeah. So did you ever, when you were younger, did you lean more towards your American side versus your Habesha side, or?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like when I was younger, I feel like I was almost embarrassed, of my culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to be American. I was like, nah, I'm American. Like I'm not.
Yeah, because we weren't the cool kids.
Exactly. We would come in smelling like what and onions and shit. I was like, nah, I'm American. Like I eat mac and cheese and chicken. The fuck.
I'm dead. That is so real.
Like at one point, I was eating injera. Like when I was real little, like around 6'5", I wouldn't eat injera.
Mac?
I would not eat injera. Like my parents would make injera, I wouldn't eat it. And then as I got older, 12.
It's only 3 minutes in and you're really talking about it.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. No, that's real. And that is the Firsties experience because at that age, it's very confusing and no one understands because your parents grew up in their culture and their heritage and it's a whole, we're in the trenches. Yeah, for sure. So where did you grow up?
So I was born in Prince George's County in Maryland.
Okay.
And then by the grace of God, my mom was like, nah, I'm not going to raise my child here. So around the age of 8, I moved out here to Arlington County on some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shit. I went from the trenches to the good old Arlington.
Right. Really good area. Yeah. Oh, shout out to your mom. Yeah. That's a very similar story to us. Yeah. We were somewhere where it was not great. And then my parents were like, we got to get the F out of here. Yeah. Now,
can I curse on here?
You absolutely
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's a safe space, babes. Yeah, parents won't like it, but mom is literally right next door. She won't like it, but it's fine. Okay, so obviously what really, really caught my eye was social media strategist and stand-up comedian. Those are my love languages, low-key. So can you tell me, did you just get into comedy? Because I've seen your skits, but your skits go back a good amount of time, and they're funny. Yeah, and I know you said you watched the episode, with Neb. With Benny, that if you're not funny, I'm not going to say you're funny. I just am not.
Yeah.
I can tell you 15 comedians who has a Netflix special. I'm like, they're not funny. It is what it is. Yeah. You are funny.
Appreciate that.
And the timing is really in a short amount of time. I don't think people give enough credit to these content creators who are able to do that. We just think it's just shoot and do it. Yeah, you're a very talented person.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So as far as the stand-up comedy, it's something I've been wanting to do for so long. I literally been writing jokes since I was in high school.
No way.
I live a Google Doc of just jokes I was writing. So it was just me waiting for the right time to go on stage. I feel like I was mature enough to really understand what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because comedy, people think it's you really go on stage, you just say jokes, but really it's actually an art form. If you understand it, you can be funny and be a shitty comedian. You can be a good comedian and not be funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cadence, delivery, tonality. It's just. And then once you understand it, it's oh shit. I started understanding it more. I was okay, I think I'm ready. So that's why I got it so quick. I've really been doing comedy for, I guess you could say, 3 years, but really I've been on stage for 2 months, 3 months.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. And what is that feeling like? Because for me, every time I go to like a comedy show or a lineup, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the experience of being able to laugh with these strangers at the same exact thing at the same exact time. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, how does it feel for that performer to receive that kind of love and energy? So when you get a joke that really hits, how does that make you feel?
Nah, I swear, like the same way you guys feel like watching it, it feels like that for us, like times 10. Like it's just such a weird feeling to just sit back. And most comedians, if you get to the point where you're able to get that chance where like you can watch people laugh for 5 seconds straight, it feels like time slows down. You're like, oh shit, like I'm really making people like smile. Yeah. And it's a dope feeling to know that.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah. It's literally like medicine for me. Now on that topic, I've asked you, what is it like when it's not like that? Like either it's a dry room or you bomb.
Yeah, that's inevitable.
You just want to like kill yourself, or
that's inevitable. You want to walk into traffic after that.
Yeah, right.
Like you start just thinking, but my first time I actually bombed horribly.
And then what made you get up again? That is crazy.
I just knew it was gonna be a part of the process. Like I'm like same thing with the social media. Like I own my own business, so like I know how it is. Yeah. Like I have this one saying above my desk. It says, "Failure is the fertilizer for success." So like no one's gonna try something and be successful the first time. That does not exist. And if they do, it's probably not gonna last long. So like I knew it was inevitable. But like let me tell you a story how I did it. I literally did not write any jokes. I was like, I'm funny as shit. I'm gonna go up and tell some jokes.
Rookie mistake.
5 minutes straight, it's just fucking crickets.
At least you got up there again though. Yeah. And on that, like talking about that mind state that you had, which is something that I know you want to talk about, I do feel like that is one of the questions I had for you is, do you think we're just natural born hustlers because we watched our parents hustle? And anyone who really, really is doing something in the world and is really moving the needle forward in like fashion, like policy, in like world hunger, whatever the case is, does come from Black and brown people.
Factual.
Right? And so it's interesting that you talk about that because that's a very familiar kind of characteristic that we all have. Which is that like you fail, you get up again and do it.
Try it
like,
again. Yep.
Yeah, because for some people it's like I can't go through that again because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen again. Even the greats go through it all the time.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay. Now on your social media, do you go into detail of like your personal life or like is it Habesha based? I know you talked about like the Uber drivers in Miami. That was a really funny one. Yeah. Because it's so real.
Relatable.
As someone who goes to Miami a few times a year, it's like, it's so real. Yeah. So is it very much like situational? Is it more observational?
So like with me, like it might even look like it, but my jokes, I try like right now I'm getting used to like making analytical jokes. So like I want them to be jokes that I know people can relate to and it's gonna like get shared because it's crazy. Like I'm like an evil scientist right now. I'm combining my comedy knowledge and my social media knowledge. So I know that with social media, you need to, in order to get shares, you need to have relatable content or provide value, like entertain them. So I either have to do like hysterically funny, like a voiceover or like something that's like mimicking someone, they want to share that, or I'm providing like knowledge in the video. Like I'm just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like really writing down jokes. Like
you're giving like the secret tea of social media.
Yeah.
So anyone
abundance
who's
mindset. Like to share all this, I don't care. So yeah, if you want to grow, provide value, entertain, or have like a shock factor. Like those, and should I dive more into the social media thing right now?
If you want to, yes.
If you guys really want to grow, I'm gonna put you guys on. Listen to this right here. Put the timestamp for the people in the comments. If you really want to grow and get your like post booming, the biggest thing is your engagement, right? The biggest thing. What do you think it is? Most people think it's likes, views, watch time. What do you think the biggest metric is to like Instagram to push your post out? Is shares? I thought it was watch time and shares. It's actually comments. So have you seen those posts blow up where it's people arguing?
So mad I didn't get that.
Yeah, you see those posts where it's people like arguing in the comment section, but the post is blowing up. That's why people post controversial content.
Like just talk about it. Go ahead and
exactly let them fight it out in the comment section. So like even understanding that. So like I'm like trying to think of jokes that I could say that are like controversial, but not too controversial. So it's like
or something where they can have a discussion about.
Exactly.
Like, absolutely, yeah. Now that I think about it, all the things that have gone semi-viral on my TikTok or Instagram has been like a debate of what's happening.
Exactly.
The thing. Yeah. And I'm someone where like say what you want. It will not impact me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, yeah, please bring it. Hate comments, whatever. It's still comments. Right. So
I troll the hate comments.
Oh my, yeah. That was like half of my TikTok when I grew it in the pandemic time because people were upset.
Yeah, they were in the crib bored as heck.
Yeah. Now, what's your family's response to your choice in your career and lifestyle and comedy? Because that's not something that I don't think my mom brought me to Ethiopia for me to be a podcast host. She's happy with it now because I'm not a piece of shit, but but that wasn't, doctor, housewife was the goal.
That's an amazing question. So I love that question because that's literally a battle I'm fighting right now, right? So it's funny because as soon as I graduated college, my parents were like...
You went to WVU, right?
I went to West Virginia University, graduated with a degree in sports psychology. So my parents were instantly like, oh, good, you're going to become therapist, you're going to do good.
The voice, I can't.
I'm
Go
like,
ahead. That is spot on.
I'm
You haven't
like,
even met my mom. You sound like her. Go ahead.
Literally. But growing up with your parents, like, they're like, okay, you got your degree. Like, they kind of have a life path built out for you in their brain. And then when you tell them you're not going, like, that life path, they kind of get a little, like, distraught. So, like, I told my mom I was doing social media marketing. She's like, okay, cool, do it. And it's been a year. She's like, okay, so how's it going? I was like, it's doing good. She's like, okay. Like, she's just waiting for me to, like, really go crazy. Because I told her, like, the potential income I can make. She sees the potential in it, too.
Yeah.
But it's not what she wants in her standard. She wants me to be, like, a doctor making, like, $150K a year or something.
Which is great. But for where we're trying to go, $150K is not. Yeah. That's a month. You know what I mean? Where we're trying to take it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's what they don't get is that in the beginning of, like, if you're an entrepreneur, the beginning is not going to be easy. The beginning, you're going to be hungry. You're going to starve a little bit. But if you can survive that little drought.
Trenches.
Yeah. If you can survive that drought, that's just a weeding out process. That's just the universe, God, trying to see, like, how bad do you want it? Oh, dang, it's been 3 years. He hasn't gave up yet, or she hasn't gave up yet. But I think they deserve their blessings. And that's when everything starts flowing in. Yeah.
That's
but like,
so true.
But like from a parent perspective, I get it. Like, how much your parent wants you to be like, and I'm not mad at them because they're not like thinking like that because they're not supportive of our dreams, but they just care about us.
Exactly.
They
That's
care
really
about us,
it.
and they don't like seeing that us like.
And that's a very mature answer because I do feel like even our younger generation, they're just like, why don't they understand that's the end of the sentence? Mm-hmm. And it's like two things can be true at once. Like, I feel like I'm not supported by my family, whoever is listening to us. I know there's people out there who are experiencing that right now. But then it's not like they're purposely doing that. It's because your parents just simply want you to be able to take care of yourself and be safe and be good to the world. Like, that's simply it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So as long as your parents see you like grinding and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, then I don't think they do need to give you any feedback. But it's all from they just want you to be like good. That's simply it.
And it's crazy because like you said, from like a foreign parent's perspective, what you're doing, they may not see it as grinding. Like, I'm on my phone all day sending DMs, but my mom thinks I'm bullshitting. And it's funny because she'll nag me like, get off your phone, go do something. But I'm sacrificing.
Office.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm sacrificing that to give her a better life. So it kind of hurts sometimes. It hurts sometimes hearing that from like your support system. But it's like it's gonna be worth it later. Like, oh, it's cool.
Oh yeah. Something my mom told me, who is an entrepreneur, is that when you first start, the closest people to you, the most familiar faces to you, they will not understand. When she was changing. Like taking out loans when we first came here and had nothing, and I'm talking about like everything, including like she couldn't be there for a lot of our upbringing because she had to grind. But now she's sitting, I went to the best schools. My siblings were always in the best clothes. We had all the things. You think I'm gonna have any feedback for this woman? No, she grinded. But that was been my example. And she told me, I promise you, when you first start your business, because this podcast is a business, your closest cousins, your own parent, like, I might not understand some things you're saying on there. So you have to be ready to like take that on, because it is like a painful experience. It's a little bit lonely, and nobody wants as hard as you do. Because she said sometimes when she shared her goals with the close people to her, she felt insane because she was just
because they're gonna look at you crazy, like, oh, you want to do what?
Yeah, how are you gonna be able to do that? You're a woman. What makes you think you can have a business? Just be a housewife, all that stuff. And then she told me also, if someone calls you crazy, it's a compliment. I used to think it was a diss. And she's like, no, it's just small. And then she also said, don't blame them. We're humans. We have these like pea-sized brains compared to what God has in store for us. So it's crazy to think like, for me to say I'm going to host the Grammys in a year is a crazy freaking statement.
Say it.
Right?
Affirmation, you're going to.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. So Yeah, I'm already really loving this episode. I'm like, he's giving co-host already. You know what I mean, guys? Comment down below. Okay, so moving forward, now talking about the pressures from our parents sometimes, what is it like if you feel comfortable sharing?
Yeah,
Nebs,
open book.
Literally at any point you could be like, shut the fuck up.
Shut your ass up right now.
Dating as a first gen. I talk about it a lot on this podcast.
Talking about like hobbits specifically?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And here's the thing is I've had my experience on, I've had my cousins on, but I've actually never gotten from a male perspective. I've obviously talked to like my brother about it off the camera and stuff, but I've never actually really got into detail of what that experience is from a male, because they go heavy for us.
Yeah.
But y'all could kiki till you're 40 and then pop out with a shawty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's that like?
I'm not gonna lie, I might be the worst candidate to ask this question.
And I love the honesty.
Because I have never had a girlfriend.
Right here, babes. Right here. Never had
Wait, you never had a boyfriend?
No.
Twinsies. Nah, but
I think we should go to therapy, but it's fine.
Literally, are we the problem or is everybody else the problem? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've never had a girlfriend. I think that's not because like it's trouble finding someone, which I mean, I don't think that's but like I think it's more so like me, like I'm very selective with who, because I'm not the type to just date someone just because I want to hook up with them consistently. Like,
do you think that's an unspoken rule though? Because I did find that even like my my cousins and my siblings, my parents didn't know this, but like we weren't. Yeah, we were outside. I said we were on the sidewalk. We weren't outside in these streets.
On the sidewalk.
We were on the sidewalk. Yeah, but that there's an unspoken rule where even I'm close with my male cousins as well, where they were kind of picky on who they allowed around them, especially around the family. There's like this unspoken rule about
family,
which I love. But then I also think it's doing us a disservice because like my Caucasian friends have a pretty healthy relationship with themselves as far as like what they want and what they don't want. I'm 27, still don't know what the F I want, right? Because I haven't
explored that yet, right?
Exactly.
Nah, you know what it is too though? I think you do know what you want and what you don't want. That's why you're not going around dibble dabbling.
You're making me feel better.
Not because I'm the same way. I'm the same boat as you. That's why I'm not like,
Twinsies.
I don't have to date that person to know that I don't like how they communicate. Oh, I don't have to date that person to know, oh, I do like how their love language. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to date them to know that. I can just,
I really be peeping shit from afar away. And
yeah, exactly. Like I'm good at reading shit.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Literally. Like, yeah. And then also, I think we're young entrepreneurs and we're trying to go somewhere. And so like the focus, it's just like, yeah. I remember I had a coworker of mine who was interested, and there was a comment that was said, and then one of my other coworkers who knows me very well, they thought they could speak with this person to then try to get to me, like what's up with Mila type of thing. And he made a comment about like, well, she probably just has like on her phone or whatever. And my close friend, which really knows me, like people who really know me, really know me. And I love it because she said, here's the thing is you're actually not competing with other men. You're competing with her. She's good on her own. She's good with her own time. I'd rather be here editing a video rather than be out in these streets trying to get,
And that's the thing, like people like.
And I feel you're the same way.
Like as an entrepreneur too, like if you meet someone you like and they can't fit into your routine, it's not gonna work. Like I'm not about to change my whole world for you. Like, you can come in and join me, but I'm not about to change everything. You know what I mean? About
it. But here's the thing though, it's cool for you to say that because you're a man.
But when a girl says it, it's like, oh no, she's not submissive.
Oh my, do you know how many? I've gone on a date before, and when I say I've never been in a relationship, they say a man has told me that's a red flag.
Yeah, I say the same thing.
And I'm like,
I get the exact same thing.
Like, excuse me?
I feel like for a girl though, that's a good quality I would want. I would want a girl who's not, dated a lot of people.
But it's more accepted that you're like, I'm grinding, I'm trying to get my money up first, and then
okay, for that reasoning, yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying.
To be someone's equal, then like.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I'll say in the dating market though, that is something I would look for though. Like a girl, I don't want a girl who's had 15 boyfriends. You know what I mean? I'd rather have a girl who had none. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
But for a guy, it's the opposite. They're like, oh, you've never dated any girls. Like you don't know what you're doing like in a relationship.
Ooh, that's.
You see what I'm saying?
Point.
So it's like two flip coins.
So again, we're all in the trenches.
Literally. Subscribe.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back after these short messages.
That was 20 minutes. That felt, what the fuck? That felt quick.
All right, guys, we are back. That was a shameless plug. So make sure you're subscribed, and honestly, That will help the algorithm. So please comment. Okay, so the next topic I want to talk to you about is what do you think is something that first gens like us that our older generation doesn't?
Definitely materialistic stuff.
Okay.
Like I feel like, but not in a bad way. Like I feel like I just like nice stuff. I feel like somewhere, at least with my parents, they don't care about that. They're like, car, it drive, A, B, that's it. Like, nah, I want a Tezzy. Like, I want a scat pack. No, get this car, $5,000 Facebook. It go from A to B, that's it. Go.
It's like, babes, what? You think I can take this Louis into that Honda Pacific?
You know what I mean?
That's not gonna work.
Literally.
That's not.
And I think that's like the American side of us too. It's like we just like nice things, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. And then they make you feel bad when you want these. I can talk to me and my sister talk about all the time, like, but my bills are paid. I've worked hard. I have savings. Everything is covered. I'm also giving back to my community. If I want to drop this much on this thing, on a camera, why can't I do that? Like, I always tell my parents, you can't take it with you.
Exactly.
You know, like, don't worry about me and my siblings. We're good. Like, you did what you needed to do. Go on vacation, do what I've never seen my dad, like, lay down in some sand and just relax.
These niggas don't know how to relax.
He's like, no. They don't. But here's the thing, is what I learned is it's a luxury that we even know that, and that's our language, because our parents, we don't know the pain that our parents went through, so it's really a blessing. We
understand that.
Yeah. I find that every episode, it's just me. It's just a love language to my parents, just saying, like, thank you for all that you did, because I could not survive what y'all survived.
Nah, no cap.
Okay. So next is a segment called Think Twice. I stole it from one of my favorites.
Think Twice.
One of my favorite social media or influencers, Chunks. Shout out to him. He will be one of the guests on the podcast one day, manifesting that. Okay, so it's basically I'm going to share a statement or question, and then we discuss agree or disagree. And we can agree to disagree also.
Let's see.
Let's square up. Okay. Money doesn't buy happiness.
Disagree. You said doesn't, right?
Doesn't.
Disagree.
Elaborate, please.
So I think people think when you say money, it correlates straight to happiness. No. Money, financial freedom, money, trips, money, no stress. So it's really just a vector to get the things you want, not directly straight to happiness. Because there's depressed millionaires and there's happy poor people. You know what I mean? For sure,
yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's so funny when the people who have a F ton of money is like, money doesn't buy you happiness. Like, yeah, but you're in a Ferrari. You know what I mean? I do think, I completely agree with you that I think it just helps you enjoy your senses.
Yeah, you don't have
and why not?
You don't have to live in survival mode. You can relax and
comfort.
Yeah, you can do.
There's still problems and issues for sure. For sure.
More money, more problems.
For sure. I don't know who that was, but okay. But I loved it. I remember a quote, and I can't believe I'm quoting Pitbull on this podcast, but he said, money does buy happiness. The trick is you have to give it away. And so,
that's
like,
true. Exactly.
If I could give you 10 bands right now and you could, like, pay off your student loans, that I genuinely would be happy. And that'll last forever versus me buying a bag or whatever. That's but I will always remember that, and it'll be a memory, and I'll be happy. So I think that's the key for sure. And
to end that off, people should stop saying money doesn't buy happiness, because that's a self-limiting belief, and you're gonna stay broke forever. Be careful what you tell yourself in your brain.
Oh my God!
Just do a little spiritual salsa.
That's a bar. Wow. Okay. Liking photos on IG is cheating.
No.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do think there's intention behind it, but I imagine. Please keep in mind, I'm a person. Both people on this couch have never been in a relationship, but I would imagine we would never be with someone we would even be in that situation where we'd have to question that.
Exactly.
That's what I think. I know that's easier said than done. I know people who are like 10 years in and they're like, girl, relax. But that's how I feel.
No, I agree.
Agreed? Okay. This on TikTok. Life is supposed to be fair. No. This was an 18-year-old influencer who said this.
Nah.
Well, elaborate.
So I feel like...
What is life supposed to be then? If it's not fair, then what is it? Which is a very pronounced question.
I mean, I don't know what it is, but I know it's not fair. I believe that we all are playing this game called life on different levels, right?
Okay.
So some people playing on easy mode, some people playing in medium, some people playing it hard. Like there's kids in like Palestine right now, they're playing life on extreme mode. You know what I'm saying? There's kids over here who grew up with a silver spoon. They're playing life on easy mode. Most people that have that hardship, it really develops them to a whole different person. So I feel like God gives us a certain life for a reason. Like before we even come on earth, I feel like there's like, we're destined to have a certain life.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
It's all destined. Yeah.
So I feel like, it's not fair, but at the end of the day, there's a reason behind everything.
That there really is. Yeah. I really wanted to be disagreeing with you, but I really
spin
agree
bars.
with everything
Bow, bow, bow.
Okay. 3 months pay needs to be spent on the ring.
This is a tough one because I definitely am going to spoil my wife for sure. But I mean, it depends. It depends on her. Like, I'm probably going to get her a nice ring, but I don't think it has to be 3 months exactly. You know what I mean?
That's an old school way, and people still.
I'd rather spend that money on our like honeymoon. We go to like Thailand or something crazy. That money would be way more spent on that than a ring that you're probably going to like. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, some people.
How about you?
Some people live by that. Yeah. I think I'll say this. The 3 months is very, very random to me. Yeah, I really do think, like, I joke, but I would rather I really want to find my equal, and that means like the hustler mentality. So you don't have to worry about the price of the ring. It's gonna be like, you know what I mean? For sure. Yeah. Even if there's no ring at all, and I know some people are not gonna believe me on that, but if it makes sense because I remember at a certain time my parents took a certain lifestyle for a certain amount of years to then get to where they are today. Exactly. But if you're not willing to like go back a little bit and eat ramen for however long you can, then you don't, you know what I mean?
You don't deserve to have it.
I feel like that's God being like, are you disciplined? I could give you many if you focus on the few, like, which is what you have, you know what I mean? Now I do want to say that I do remember my dad saying, if a man only has $5 and gives you $5 versus be with that man versus the guy who has 100 and gives you 20, even though that's more, you want to be the one who like wants to give it all, right? I like that analogy. I will always remember that.
It's tough.
I will always remember that. Like, yeah, like love me in that way versus just more doesn't always mean more is what
exactly.
No,
yeah. Fire analogy.
Also good too. I'm checking. Okay. This last one here is our parents did the best with the information that they had at the time. I already know your answer.
Yeah. I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate more on this just to educate our young viewers and listeners?
Yeah, like me and you were one decision away from living a completely different lifestyle. Imagine our parents never came here.
I would be with 3 kids.
Yeah, and
making like at home.
I probably would have been driving a cab or something right now.
And that's no diss. That's just the reality of being at home. My mom looked at me and was like, "You are made for better. We gotta go."
Yeah.
We gotta go. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's crazy that we're just one decision. Like we were one decision away. So our parents obviously did something right. They knew coming here would give us a better life.
Yeah.
I think that's why we are the people that we are, because we're like, oh dang, they bet on us, so we have to deliver.
I know the pressure, but what also the honor. Sometimes I'm like, the worth ethic is what my parents gave me that is unmatched, and then also when I look into my parents' eyes, they really do believe in me, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go, because sometimes I don't believe myself because we're just, I mean, fake it till you make it for sure, but inside I feel like I'm like I can't. 1,000%. I can't host a show by myself, but I'm like, no, you gotta do it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But no, and then like another thing is too, for me personally, I feel like it's crazy. My mom wasn't even supposed to have me born here.
Really?
It's because she came to visit, and I was born the day after she got off the flight, and that's why she named me Nebu, because Nebu means messenger of God in the Ethiopian Bible. So it's like I was like, oh damn. So I was like her miracle baby. She got to stay in the States because of me. So I was like, I really got to turn up now. Like I gotta make it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. Are you an only child too?
I am only child.
Oh my God, so, you're gonna make me cry. That's beautiful.
Definitely got to turn up for the dudes.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Okay, so that's the round on Think Twice. You did great. We have 2 more segments, and then we'll wrap up.
I don't want to. It's just so fun.
It really is. This is called Ick It. So
Ick It?
Question mark.
Is it like, what's your ick?
I'm gonna say some icks, and then we're just gonna discuss. Okay, because that's always I always do these like TikTok kind of trendy stuff at the end.
Yeah,
that way we could clip it. This is so funny. One of my guy friends said when she can't walk in heels. Is that an ick for you? Like just when the ankle kind of gives out for a second.
I mean, if it's the end of the night, like you've been wearing them for 3-4 hours, and I get it.
Okay.
But like if we just got into the restaurant, you over here stumbling like Bambi and shit, like nah, baby girl. Go grab some flats. We're going to go in the restaurant, eat, and then we can go.
Something my mom, she used to do Uber driving for a little bit, and she said, like, when she used to pick the drunk girls up at night in D.C.
Yeah, literally.
She used to call me and just tell me funny stories, and she was like, I never want to see you be barefoot in D.C. I don't care if you're toes are gonna fall off. Wear the heels. You wore them. I'm like, I got it. Like, so if your feet hurt,
I've seen that shit in Miami.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Miami, that's the attire.
It's like a drunk white girl. Like,
which we could do another episode on Miami because I'm still getting used to the city, and it really is a city that never sleeps. I don't know why New York is called that because Miami is on a
literally
other level,
and it's warm outside. Like you just want to be outside.
I just get in trouble there. It's crazy. Okay. Another ick is a person. This is shout out to my friend Catherine. A hammock.
Getting out of a hammock. What the fuck? How is that an ick? That's lazy getting out of a hammock.
Because when you try to get out of it, I thought about it. When you try to get a graceful way of doing it or a sexy way of doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that's not sexy. Like taking a shit's not sexy, but we're human, you know.
Aw, that's so sweet. But we're still gonna go on these eggs. Okay.
Keep going.
This is what I found on TikTok that I don't agree with, but I'm like, I want to get your opinion. Let's say you're on a date with a girl.
Okay, I'm there.
And
wait, where we at? Let me pin it in my brain.
Let's say, we're in this area, so let's say Springfield Mall, which is poppin'. Okay. I don't know about you, but I can never find a parking spot there. It says here if he keeps on circling the parking lot and
I've seen that shit online.
A parking spot, and the men are saying, what, we're supposed to rent out or buy a parking spot. And then the girl's like, no, you're supposed to just like find one, like just find one.
Yeah. No, that's funny. I saw that online. So you're asking me if would I have the ick if a female did that?
Or do you understand if
I get it because I kind of understand female psychology, but to the average dude, it doesn't make sense. Like I get from your perspective, like from the female perspective, I get why it's an ick.
Because you just want them to get it done.
Not even that, like you just want the man to be like a man, just like yo, take someone's fucking spot, like just get us a spot.
And then letting someone else say, oh yeah, just like handle it. Yeah.
I get it, but yeah, I'll be in my parking spots quick though. I'm gonna steal some parking
Let
spot.
them know, Nebs.
You know what I mean?
Let them know. Okay. This is a pretty like iconic one. A man chasing a ping pong ball, or a woman, honestly. That one that really, really resonates with me. Like a man on all fours trying to get that ball. I'm just like, just let it go. I wouldn't do that. And ask someone else, do you mind grabbing that for me? Like I won't be able to
him
see
on all fours.
Yeah. I want to ask you, do you have any icks that you want to share with the class?
Icks.
I want to ask you really quickly. Do you know what an ick is?
Yeah, like when you see it, you can't unsee it. You're like, I can't fuck with them no more.
Okay, because sometimes people are like, when he lays his hands on me, I'm like, that is not an ick.
Yo, that's domestic violence. What the? Yeah, shorty need to.
That's not an ick.
Yo,
like, babes, let's put the mic down. Let's talk about it. Like,
an ick. This actually happened recently.
I'm just so excited.
When someone tries to be funny, like this girl I was hanging out with, she knew I was a stand-up comedian. She was trying so hard to be funny.
It was like performative.
It was too much. I was like,
and she wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny. The best humor is when someone's not trying. That shit's way funnier to me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
it just comes out of you. Like, you're just naturally funny.
Exactly, right?
It's actually awkward and painful to be around someone who thinks they're funny.
Thinks they're funny or trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But that's a huge turn off for me. That's an ick. That's an ick. No. You're going to lose me.
So I'm hearing is, I'm assuming that a big ick for you is just someone putting on whatever that is.
Putting on an act. Yeah,
like,
it doesn't even have to be being funny. Just anything. Just put on an act.
Whether you act like you have more money, you're more funny, like whatever it is.
Because I don't know. You're probably the same way. I can see like right through that shit for some reason. It's like,
yeah.
I
don't even say anything. I'm
literally
at this age
I don't.
now, I'm like, it's not my problem. I just move accordingly.
I let them live their fantasy.
Like,
I'm like, cool.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. When I was younger, I talk about in the podcast, like a lot of hobby shop people, we do keeping up with the Joneses, like don't bring shame to the family. Just make sure, like I was like perfect pen, all this. And then at some point I fell into depression and I was like, oh, this is actually not working for me anymore.
Yeah.
And I really leaned into the fact that I genuinely, till this day, right now, I do not know what I'm doing. And that has, in the last year, has yielded so much results and more joy in my life than anything else. That's the one thing I'm sure of, because any given moment I'm like, I think I got this life. God humbles me so quickly. So the only thing I'm sure of now, which I don't even know if I'm sure of now, is I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you know what you're doing.
I really do. I'm just having fun, just being an idiot. That's essentially.
There you go. That's doing something, right?
Yeah. Which
in the same boat.
But in our culture, there's no room for that. You're 12 years old. Why don't you know what college you want to go to?
I know what you mean. Like, how much parents are very, very strict. Like, one day I feared when I was a child was report card day. Like, yo, let me tell you a story. My dad, well, I forgot it was like 5th grade or something. I bring my report card to the house. And, he does this thing where, like, we get the report card and we sit down and analyze it every quarter. said, okay, come sit down. Let's look at it together. Okay, look. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Biology, good. Don't make drag. Okay. Here, geography. Okay, Antarctica, you know what that is? Okay, good. A+, good job, okay. Let me see here. Okay, maths, 2 + 2 = 4. Good job.
Oh,
good job.
My God.
And he said, PE, physical education, A+, you can do better next time. It's okay. I was like, what? Like, no, don't argue. Do better next time, okay. And then we got to the...
It's like my dad was in the room. Like, it's insane.
And then we got to this one class. Okay, let me see. English. Say next to the English. I was like,
what did it say?
Is that it says C? C? No. What does that say? C? I come to this country, I don't speak English, and you get C, you born here? Let me tell you something. Look, you know what A stand for? A doctor, a lawyer, a dentist. I cut him off. I'm like, but Dad, couldn't that mean a garbage man? Say, what? Oh my God, exactly. Look, a garbage man start with G. No wonder you fail English. You're stupid. God, yes. Get out my face. Go. Then he put on CNN and then went back to normal.
Put on CNN is crazy. Also, our parents' analogy is crazy. Makes no sense.
Literally.
It's always a detour. Where are we going? I don't know. When are we stopping? We don't know.
Literally.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Literally, I'll tell you on a little story. But that's really African parents, though. They take grades, education. Like, they just care about the perception of just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which truly, I know a billionaire who was diagnosed with autism at the age of 6 and had a really tough time on school or anything, is a with a B billionaire right now, one of the most kindest people I know. At that age, I feel like our family members would look at that kid as a failure. Like, what's going on? What are the parents doing? Instead of giving him, he was really into computers. His parents gave him a computer. He dismantled himself, put it back together. My parents would have freaked out and said, you just wasted $2,000 on that MacBook. But no, they were like, oh, let's put him in a class. He's like the Bill Gates of this generation. I'll tell you about him off camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, we just don't have that type of relationship with our parents. Or at least we're learning to. But I get it, because our parents were fed doctor, lawyer. That's a safe route.
Their conditioning. It's their conditioning.
Especially in
Times
this country.
have changed, though.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, truly, content creators out there, they are getting 5 times more.
Like, content creators make way more than a doctor now, more than surgeons.
Which is crazy, by the way. That's a whole other conversation, because I love doctors. Thank you for all that you're doing. Nurses as well, EMTs, medical assistants, all that. But that's a crazy impression. I'm sorry, I have to go back to that. That's a crazy impression, because that's so true.
Send it to
for
Salam
sure.
Central.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna clip it and send it to Salam Central for sure. By the way, the other day, Salam Central was just showing me love for the last couple of days, and then one of my friends DM'd me, was like, all right, be real, Cole, you're Salam Central. I'm like, no, I want to be plugging myself.
You know what's crazy?
No. Have you gotten that?
I've gotten that too. I was literally in Jamaica. I didn't think there's people in this Habesha dude walked up to me and said, hey, you're the guy from the host. You host the IG Live. I'm like, yeah. you run that account?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's
nah.
crazy.
I love what they're doing, though. No, shout out to Salam Central. That they're really putting a platform for our people, and I fuck with them so hard for that.
Yeah. The traction I've gotten, thank you to Salam Central for all the love.
Nah, they're fire for that.
There's a lot of my viral content came from, I posted it got traction, then they posted it, and then it just went. I mean, millions of views.
I've
like,
gotten a good
it's
amount
insane.
of followers from that too.
Yeah, but you're so right. Here, guys, listen to Nebs. That putting out relatable content is like the way that, like,
that's how they grew.
You know, my dad hounds me about dating men or whatever. That's so relatable. So we talk about that. Yeah. The fact that my mom, yells at me every time I eat out instead of just like making it at home for the ninth time this week.
McDonald's money.
Like,
really?
Yeah, I'm like, I actually do have McDonald's money. For me,
now we do. Like when we're little, we're like, nah.
For me, it's all about efficiency. Why would I cook for 3 hours when I could just order and continue to edit it?
I love to cook, though. I don't know.
Really?
I love to cook.
Love. I don't enjoy it, but I can do it. I don't really enjoy it. Yeah, my mom is dying right now when she hears that. Okay, so we're wrapping up this episode. The one thing I want to ask you, we usually end the podcast with what we call Firsties Corner. So people write in. I do want to say, guys, if you do want to write in, you could DM us firstiespod anywhere. That's literally Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat. We're literally everywhere. Or you could email us at firstiespod@gmail.com. Someone asks, how can I work on my relationship with my immigrant parents? They didn't have any other contacts. I'm guessing the lack of being able to communicate. I'm guessing, what advice do you have?
I'm actually in that same boat. Like we spoke about earlier, it's kind of hard with the immigrant parents to understand our perspective because we're living in such a different time. Like even what I said earlier, like I'm working on my business online, but how they see it is I'm just wasting time on my phone. What you have to do is put yourself in their shoes and understand everything's coming from a place of love. Like it might seem like they're like trying to nag you and be annoying, but it's because they care about you. You know what I mean? And life's short. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're living with your family right now, time because soon you're gonna move out, have your own family, do all that, and you might not see them for a while. So it's like we need to like take advantage of the fact that we still have connection with our family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've said this before in other episodes. Comedians are the most intelligent people I've ever met. And you stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, it's hard. No, because literally, we'll talk about that later. But you're right. Like comedians are like like you have to use your brain to make people laugh.
There's a line. There's a line between funny. Yeah, I completely agree. I also think as you get older, I'm not sure how old you who sent this in. But when I was younger, I definitely felt misunderstood, and it was very much like I allowed myself to be the victim. And then I just keep in mind that your parents are also going through life for the very first time.
Exactly.
So just be a little bit more kinder to them. And they did the best that they could with the information that they had.
That comes with age. That just comes with age.
It's all maturity, yeah. Even when my cousins talk about it, I'm like, girl, you'll understand when you get older. Your parents walk a little slower. They forget their keys a little bit more. And you're like, life is short. Love them. Thank you for everything that you've done for us. So just enjoy them while they're here because we don't have enough time with them for sure. Exactly. The very last thing I actually want to talk to you about, because we actually did, is who's your favorite comic? Let's argue. I mean, there's really only one right answer, but I'm going to let you.
Nah, you can't say Dave Chappelle. That's like saying Drake is your favorite music artist. That's everybody's. You know what I mean? No. From a comic, like, okay, everybody loves Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean?
So that's the answer. He's
the GOAT, but like that's not my favorite. That's like if you play 2K, that's like using Golden State Warriors. You can't use the fucking the Mecca. You know what I mean?
So, okay, first, who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT?
The GOAT is Dave Chappelle, of course.
Okay, so we got that right. Okay.
That's the way.
So, because I was going to end this episode right now. I'm joking. So, who's your favorite comedian then? I'd like to say who's your favorite comedian in the last couple of years?
Definitely, I don't know if a lot of people know him, but his name's Aries Spears.
I do know, yeah.
You know Aries Spears?
Yeah.
Love him. I think he has like the style I would want. It's like he does the voiceovers and he does like good analogies and stuff. So like I really resonate with him, and I think he has like the crowd that I would want. Because as a comedian, you have to be careful with the type of jokes you make because you're gonna attract that crowd. Like if I'm like, "Hey, Donald Trump for president 2024," and all my jokes are about that, my crowd's gonna be a bunch of
voice work.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's talk about Matt Rife. That's exactly what's happening with
Matt Rife. I actually applaud him. People think he just blew up. He's been doing comedy for 15 years.
That's the only reason why I support him.
He's been doing 15
because he put
years.
his time in.
Yeah.
So even though to me, I think the special was not funny at all. When he opened up with the domestic violence joke, I'm against what TikTok is saying. They're saying like, how are you gonna annihilate? It's jokes. I was not offended.
Remember what I said earlier?
What?
With the algorithm?
Right.
These comedians know what they're doing. Right. And he's getting publicity. His name's everywhere now. You know what I mean? Like,
but they are running him to the ground on TikTok. I mean, TikTok's not a real place, so I don't think he
this will blow over in 2 months. We're gonna forget about it and be on the next celebrity.
Yeah, for sure. But he put in his 15 years.
Exactly. But yeah, as far as not my style.
He's not my style either. Yeah.
It's like music artists. Comedians are music artists. You don't have to like every song.
For sure. Yeah. "45 minutes easy." Wow. I'm so glad that we decided Dave Chappelle is the best because I'm like really passionate about that. Which, by the way, he's coming.
To DC, he was already here.
He's coming tonight. The show's tonight.
Another one?
Yeah.
He was just here.
Yeah.
Damn, that shit sold out probably.
It is, and I'm upset that I'm not. A couple months or like right when they opened back up, and it was life changing.
I'm gonna open up for him one day.
You sure are. You absolutely are. Yeah, and I'm gonna interview him for you. All right, guys. So after that manifestation sesh, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Nebs, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
This was so much fun. Time flew by. That's literally like an
that
hour.
felt quick.
Easy.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing your experience and your insight. I'm gonna put all of the socials down below. Do you have anything that you want to plug or anything like that at all?
Yeah, if you guys actually are serious about growing your social media, whether it's your business, whether it's for your personal brand or your career, check out my social media agency called Zeus Social, ZUES Social on Instagram, and shoot us a DM.
Ooh, love it. I probably am going to be one of his clients after this. We do have a market scheduled soon. So
watch how our shit blows up.
He's like, I did that. That's all me.
Teamwork made the dream work.
Exactly. Absolutely. That is it, guys. As always, subscribe, like, comment. Make sure you comment.
Comments right now.
Yeah. And then we'll see you in our next episode. As always, I always like to say, call your parents are only here for a certain amount of time. That is always my plug. Make sure you give them their flowers while they're here. Take care, guys.